Hey everyone, welcome to another video. This video is going to be very exciting because this is going to be the introduction for my 2022 project pan. So I'm going to be showing you which products I'm going to be trying to pan this year, and I actually can't wait to start, so let's get right into it. So last year I did my first project pan and it actually went quite well. So I'm pretty excited to do this again. I kept in some things from the last project, but I also switched up a lot, and I'm just full of new energy. I'm just full of excitement to pan again, to try and use up these products. I've actually switched it up a little bit more than I expected to. I expected to keep a lot of things the same, but I'm just feeling new products, so I'm going to be showing you a lot of new things I'm going to be focusing on. Also, I'm going to switch things up a little bit with the perfume. And quickly, before we get into the products, I just wanted to mention my rules aren't very strict. If I feel like moving something out of the project, I just do it. I don't really have set goals. I don't have to do anything, and I just switch it up whenever, put in things whenever. I just like to keep things fun. I like to keep things easy. I don't want to push myself towards products that I don't like, towards using things when I don't feel like it. So this is just a very chill project pan, and I don't really have a lot of rules to it. I'm just trying to use my makeup more and to actually hit pan on some things. So first thing I put in my project is the Elva Cream Lip Stain in Little Jasmin. On my lips right now I'm wearing the other color that I have of this. This one is the one in Waterlily. This one is a little bit more nude. It's just a very nice pigmented, glowy, glossy nude lip. I really love this product and I just love using it. It has such a beautiful finish on the lips, but it also smells so good. It feels so nice. It's so hydrating. So I'm gonna be trying to use this as much as possible. One thing that could get kind of tricky with this one is that it is such a glossy lip that it could possibly rub off when I have to wear a mask. I'm not entirely sure yet how many times I'm gonna be wearing a mask the coming year or the coming months. So if I end up in a situation where all of a sudden I have to go by train every day, who knows, that I might move this out. But for now, with my situation right now, I'm gonna be putting this in, and I don't know how it's gonna go. Maybe even if I wear masks a lot, then on the days that I don't have to, I still feel like using this. So I'm just gonna put this in, see how it goes, and if it doesn't work, I'm just gonna switch it up again. Right now this is 50 grams. I'm gonna be weighing it because you can't really see with this packaging how far you got. You can't really see how far you are. It's kind of, it's not really possible. So I'm just gonna be weighing it and telling you that way how far I am with this one. Then next up we got this little tiny lip pencil that I worked on for a large part of last project, and it is so small, but I really wanna use this up. I really want to keep going because it's just such a little bit of product is left, and I am sure that I can use this up. I can do it. I'm just gonna keep this in. This is just the lip pencil that I still want to keep in my project. I think I could use this up in like a month or two. Depends on how many nude lip products I wear, but I wear this all the time and I just wanna keep going with this. So this is one thing that I'm gonna keep in from the last project. It just makes sense to me. I still love using it. I've had so much fun using this and trying to use this up, and this could go really quickly, and then I've actually used up an entire lip pencil for the first time in my life, and I think that's pretty exciting. Also a thing that I'm putting in, but I'm not entirely sure how this is gonna go. This is gonna be kind of like a first with this type of product, so I'm just gonna see how I feel about it. But I'm gonna put in the Nabla Cupid's Arrow, and this is the one in number 7. So this is kind of like a maroony brown purpley shade. I really love using it. I've used it quite a bit. The entire like point that was here, I've already used it up, but I really don't know what's gonna happen if I put an eyeliner into the project. So this is something that could surprise me. It could go very well, but it also could be something that I noticed that I don't use enough to really get that much progress. But since I've got it, I've made quite a bit of progress on it, so I think I could make even more progress if I focus on it. So I just want to try how it's gonna go if I put an eyeliner in. This is one of my absolute favorite products in my collection. I love using this one. I grab for this one a lot. I love just smudging it out on the top lash line, getting a little bit of a smoky liner with this. I love the color of this. So I think that this could be a very interesting product to see if this is gonna work out for me, if penning eyeliner is something for me. I'm still kind of trying things out, finding out what I like to pen, what is fun for me to pen. One thing I know for sure is that if I put favorites in my project pen, then I am much more likely to have fun with my project pen and to use them and to hit pan. So I thought, let's put in a favorite eyeliner and just see. So next up I put in 4 different cheek products. This might be a lot. This might be way too much and I might kind of regret this in a few weeks or so. But I just want to try it out. I just want to see how this goes because I do feel like panning cheek products, like using cheek products a lot, is quite easy for me. So I really want to try this out, but this is what happens a lot with me. I put in a lot of things in my project pen or show my stash and I'm just very excited and I start actually using it and actually project penning and then I kind of regret my decisions. That's also why I keep the option open to change things with every update. I can change things because I just know what I'm like and I don't want to start and hate this project. So I just have to be able to change it at any moment. Next up, I am putting in the Skin Glazing Highlighter in Privilege by Nabla. I've had this in for a large part of the project last year and I want to keep it in because it is so close to hitting pan. I think I'm actually so close with this one. This is going so well. I feel like especially over here I'm really close to hitting pan. I just really want to keep going with this. It's what I'm wearing today. I just love this highlighter. It is just so gorgeous. It is so beautiful. It is my favorite. I always say that, but it is just so good and I want to keep using it. And I just would be so happy if I would finally hit pan on a full-size highlighter. I hit pan on different like smaller highlighters and I know I can do that. I know I can pan small highlighters, but a big highlighter, I've never done that, so I think it is time to actually try and do that. And this has been going very well. This has just been going so well that I want to keep doing it. I will just show it up close a little bit more because I just feel like I'm so close, but I don't really know what this pen is gonna look like, so it is a bit hard to say in that case how long it's still gonna take, but I have a pretty good feeling about this, so I'm gonna keep going with it. And this highlighter and the fact that this went so well actually inspired me to put in the bronzer, the Skin Bronzing Powder by Nabla as well in Ambra. This is one of my favorite bronzers. I really love this bronzer and I've already used it a lot. I got quite a significant dip in it. The top layer wore off a lot. There's already quite a lot of use here and it's just such a gorgeous bronzer. I really love it. It's so easy to use. It's so easy to blend. I'm wearing it today. It is such a gorgeous color as well. It's perfect for winter because it isn't too deep. I just really think this is an amazing bronzer and it's a formula that I think I can pan. I think I can make quite some progress on this and it's a product that I would love to use more. I feel like I could use this much more if I just let myself with this project. So I feel like this could be a bronzer I could actually hit pan on and that is gonna be my goal for now. I've had some different bronzers in my project pan, but I haven't made such significant progress on them yet that I've actually hit pan. And I guess the main goal of this project pan is also to have hit pan in all different types of products. I just really want to hit pan on the bronzer sometime, so that's what I'm going to be trying with this one. I'm also trying something new with the blush. I'm going to put in a cream blush and I really don't know how this is going to go, but this is a little bit of an experiment and who knows, it might go very well. I'm just gonna see how I feel about it because I know I can pan powder blush. I've used up an entire powder blush one time, not in the project, but I did it before the project. But I know I can do that, but I don't know, I kind of want to see how long it takes to hit pan on a cream blush. Is it something that I can do pretty easily? Is it something that might take a lot of time? Then I also have a little bit of a better idea of how much cream blush I actually need. Not that I expect to use a lot of products up, not that I expect to hit pan on a lot of products, but it just gives you a little bit of an idea how long it actually takes to use up a certain amount of product. So I put in this Honest Beauty blush in Honest Pink, or what am I saying? In Rose Pink. And I think this is a very beautiful, neutral, kind of natural mauve shade. I have used it quite a bit already. I can definitely see the use, but there's not really a dip in here. I think this is a color that I could use a lot. It is really easy to use. You can use it on top of powder as well, on top of powder bronzer. So it isn't a finicky product that I'm gonna feel like, oh, can I use it today? Maybe I can use it today. Maybe I should wait to use it tomorrow and kind of have to think about what I combine it with. That is not this type of product. So I really want to see how much progress I can get on this. Some of these things are a little bit more of an experiment. Some of these things are a little bit easier to do. I like to kind of mix it. I kind of like to balance it to have some easier products, but then also have some more difficult products or products that I'm not entirely sure about what is gonna happen. So this is gonna be the blush. I'm just excited. I just really want to know what is gonna happen. I feel I always need like a month or so to really see if panning something is something for me. And sometimes I also discover that something isn't as much of a favorite as I thought because I get bored from it really quickly. So that's always something that you kind of find out, and it's also a little bit of a risk if you put something in and you're not entirely sure about. So let's talk about the fourth cheek product. This is a little bit of a risky one as well. I'm experimenting with this one a little bit as well. I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna feel about this. I'm gonna put in the Soul Body Bronzing Balm in Fair. I have two shades of this. I have the light one. I've used that one a lot. I have quite a significant dip in it, but this is the light one. And I really want to get some use out of this one because I bought this to use in the winter, but then I didn't touch it for a long time. So I actually really want to get into this and actually use this and actually use what I bought. And I think if I just really get into this lighter shade, I could use it quite a lot because I know I love this formula. It's a little bit on the warm side though. So I kind of like to combine it with a powder bronzer that's a little bit more neutral or cool. I know that some people think that putting a cream bronzer under a powder bronzer is a lot of extra work. I love the look of that. I love that combination, and because I know I can use these two together and I know I love that, I want to try putting in a cream bronzer as well. So even though I have 4 different cheek products, I know that I could combine them all in a look. I could use them all together. So that's kind of like the thought behind putting in another bronzer. So this is what this one is looking like right now. We have a little bit of use. I used it a couple of times, but I feel like this could get quite a significant dip if I really focus on it. I think I could basically use this every day, like almost every day. I just like having this cream bronzer base underneath powder products. I think it looks so good. I think it just looks so natural and it just makes everything look kind of creamy on the cheeks. I'm just a fan of that. So I'm gonna be putting this one in, and I'm very excited, and I'm just very excited to try panning a cream bronzer. I also think it's a good idea maybe to pan some cream products because I bought a lot of cream products last year. I only got into cream products last year and they can go bad a little bit more quickly than powder products. So maybe if I find out that I can actually quite easily pan cream products, that could be a good thing. That could be a good thing to know. Then I am also putting in an eyeshadow palette. I have decided to put in the original Norvina palette from ABH. I actually have this in my Shop My Stash right now, and that is kind of what inspired me to put it in here. So we've all seen this palette. It's a classic. I used to feel like this was a little bit hard to use. I used to feel like the matte shades were a little bit too pigmented and a little bit too hard to blend. But when I had this in my Shop My Stash, I actually felt like it was really easy to use. I did a few quite pretty neutral looks with it, but you also have some colorful options as well, of course. But those looks were so easy to do that I was actually like, why not try to put this in, because this is a color story that I feel like I can use a lot. I feel like I can do a lot of different looks with this, and it's also not like the biggest pans. It's also not the hardest formula, I think, to pan. I've heard people say that this was pretty easy to go through, so I think this is a pretty interesting one to use more. Also because I've heard that the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow formula goes bad a little bit faster than some other formulas. People say that with this one you can notice the quality going down, and I've had this for a few years. So also because of that, I think it might be a good idea to get some more use out of this one. I think this is a great palette, and I think it wouldn't be too hard to pan. I think it would be interesting to have in. Before, in my last project, I actually put in one eyeshadow at a time. Sometimes I did put in an eyeshadow palette, but then I would focus on one eyeshadow. That's not what I'm gonna do with this one. With this one, I'm planning to focus on everything at once and to really try and use this palette as a whole. Also so that I don't get too bored, because sometimes I just get really bored when I just pick one eyeshadow. That's just the way I am. I like to mix things up with eyeshadow. So this is what it's looking like right now. And I just want to see how this will look after I've used it 10, 20, 30 times maybe. It's gonna be a bit of a panded palette actually. I'm gonna try and do that. Hopefully it's not gonna take forever. Hopefully it's not gonna be harder to pan than I think. It might be a little ambitious, but that's the case with my projects always. I like being ambitious, and then sometimes halfway I'm like, why did I do this to myself? So yeah, no specific shade here. I'm just gonna try and use this palette as a whole quite a few times, and then I guess if I manage to hit pan on one shade, I might just take it out, or if I get bored of it, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Then, at the end of my last project, I said that I might keep in this Daisy Love perfume. I've been working on this for quite some time. I just have a little bit left. I think I said that I might use it up before the start of the new project, or I might keep it in. But I have decided that I'm gonna give up on that perfume because I don't smell it anymore. I don't enjoy wearing it anymore. I feel like it smells too much like alcohol. I feel like it's just too old. It happens a lot when I put perfumes in my project, that at the very end it's just not fun anymore, and I just am a little bit too scared that it gives me headaches. Then when I have a headache, I'm like so paranoid. Is this the perfume? Should I stop wearing it? So I don't really want to take that risk if it's no fun, because I have enough perfume. I have such beautiful scents in my collection, so why would I do that to myself for the last few milliliters? So I don't think that's a good idea. I'm actually gonna throw that out and be happy with the progress that I actually made on it. I used so much of that perfume, and I'm gonna be doing something else with the perfume. I'm gonna be putting in a perfume every month. So I'm gonna change up the perfume every month, and I'm gonna try and make as much progress as possible that month. The reason that I still put it in my project pan and not in my Shop My Stash is that my Shop My Stash isn't really focused on using things as much as possible. It focused on using things like once, twice, maybe 3 times. I don't really want to force myself to use my Shop My Stash products a lot. So it doesn't really feel right putting it in there, but I still want to change it monthly. I still want to change up the scent a little bit more. And the reason I want to do that is kind of what I just said. If I use a perfume for very long, I don't really enjoy using it anymore. If it's a little bit older, it goes bad. If I suddenly start using it a lot, and it's just not fun after a few months, it's just not fun anymore. I just want to use and love my perfume collection and really smell what I'm actually wearing. So we're gonna change it up like that. If I really enjoy a scent for a certain time of year, if I really enjoy wearing a scent for a certain month, I might do another month with that scent, but I am at least allowed to change it up a lot, and I just want to see how that goes. So for this month, I'm gonna put in this scent. This one is from Etos. This one used to be available in the Netherlands at the Etos drugstore, where I also get my eye primer that I always talk about. But this one is not available anymore. This one doesn't exist anymore, but I still have it. I really loved this perfume line that they used to have. I have a few of these. I think it's such a shame that they don't have these anymore, but I do feel like I should use these a little bit more. So I'm gonna put in this scent that is a little bit of a fresh, soapy scent, but it's also kind of sweet and florally, just very easy to wear. It's a little bit different for me, but I do really like it. It's a good everyday scent. I really just enjoy this one, and I think if I could use this a lot for a month, I could maybe go down to here, something like that, and that would already make me very happy. So I will show you how far I am now with this one. I've just had this for way too long, and I feel like it is time to really use it to make a little bit of progress on this one. So that's why I'm putting this one in. But probably throughout the year you are gonna see my whole perfume collection, because I don't have that many perfumes, but I still feel pretty overwhelmed. So I think I would feel better if I would just use a little bit of everything instead of trying to use one thing up completely. And it might also happen that I use a scent for a month and then I'm like, you know what, maybe you don't need to be in my collection. That could also happen. So that's gonna be everything for my project pen intro. It might just be that I'm back with my first update in 1.5 months. I just have to see how it goes, because I don't want to update you in 2 weeks because I feel like I have to and then have no progress to show. I don't think that is very fun to do, so I'm gonna see how it goes, and probably I'm gonna do my first update at the end of February. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe, and also let me know in the comments if you are doing a project pen this year, and then I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.